Good evening. I hope all is doing well. I hope you are enjoying your day. I am just coming on briefly because I know that I uploaded a video concerning what the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, had to say about putting her dog down for misconduct. And I was wondering if, she felt like Trump should be put down. In other words, the analogy that she used for her dog misbehaving, I can only think that maybe she was referring to people. Now, that's my speculation, that's my opinion, that's my perception, that's my vision, and those are not always accurate, but it's okay to have one. Look, it's just sad the way things cut off. It's so sad the way that my screen just blinks every time I say something that really offends. It has to offend a Bissy or Decibel watching me. And again, I'm not sure why I'm being watched. But yeah, here we go again. But anyways, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So here we are, back to the initial point, what I was talking about. Um, I can speculate anything. I can have an opinion. It doesn't make it true just because, my association, in my head is what I express. So I'm going to just go ahead and say, um, listening to her today during the interview, she did say that she put the dog down because he was killing livestock. The interviewer said, well, why didn't you put that in your book if that's what you was talking about? Why didn't you put that part in your book? So it's almost like, I don't know, I'm going to still speculate here a little bit, and it doesn't make me right, but in my opinion, most definitely her comparing, her putting down a dog that was killing livestock, it it could stand out. Well, let me just say, anybody could say, what's up, my dog, or something like that, or anybody could, say, create something that says, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. Anybody could say, in Congress they have red dogs, blue dogs, all that stuff. So that's a variety of stuff. So anyways, what my opinion was for her to say that, though, if she was using the dog as people, is, or comparing them to people, she could have simply been saying that the dog, even though she did not say that the dog was attacking her livestock in her book, it seems as if she only said that the dog was misbehaving, misconduct. So if the dog was, per what she said today, the dog was eating her livestock. When you think of livestock, you think about things that make you money, right? So she had to put the dog down because the dog was messing with her money, is what she was saying. And I just instantly began to think about how, the middle class is, it looks like it may be taken away. I'm not sure. Like I said, I still feel like it's enough people, with the money to do the right thing. But if people are just constantly oppressing and suppressing people's income for no reason at all, except for I hate you and what you believe in politically, then we will always have a problem. When does that stop? Who is going to be the bigger person to get all this straight? So, as I said, we the citizens of America would like, some type of explanation on where are we with the economy, what's really going on, what's happening here, and you know behind the scenes, because people in Congress, I take it as they know what's going on with the economy. Is there any type of deal, something that can be worked out to balance this thing where it works for all, without political ties and agendas to something, because something is not right overall for this to happen. for income to constantly be suppressed and oppressed just because politics. Where is the? I mean, what's the root? What is the foundation of this money? So yeah, that's important. That's really important. You know, it can be a balance. It can be something that can be worked out. We are confident with this. And to my colleague, I listened to you tonight. You know, I'm just gonna say, or a credible source that I listen to. I absolutely understand that half of the Republicans are really sincerely embedded in racism and feel like they need to look at people as just working dogs of a nation, and all they're supposed to do is just work and don't care about their rights and don't care about, what's good for all. I understand that there are some people, that hide under the image of Republican, but they have their own agendas as dictators and oppressors. I absolutely understand that. However, there are still real Republicans, and as I have said time and time again, when they reflect that type of demeanor, it makes you know you don't want a leader like that. Even if they are Republican and that's what you are, a Republican, you do not want a leader like that. At some point in time, it's not about the party, it's about principle and what's right. And this is why I am looking forward to President Joe Biden most definitely getting these things right about the economy. What's our plans? How is this going to work? Because we don't want it to be, you say this one thing and then when you get in office, another thing occurs because there's people that's trying to block it, as we see what's going on now. People are tired of that, but then they also don't want, a lot of people, or I'll just use Democrats, even though they have tended to do this sometimes, it doesn't mean that they're going down this same path. We don't want to see Democrats get into office and then they give away too much money with no meaning, or they can't budget everything right. It is important. And so we believe that, that's why I said it has to be a balance. And I believe that they will get that balance right when it comes to the economy, when it comes to, a host of things that has already been talked about, from me, from this platform, Sabrina God Channel. And I just, I will continue to be hopeful that going forward there's real negotiation, real changes for all people, not one group of people, and somewhere we can start building a better foundation for this country for all. And so that's what we are most definitely looking forward to right now. um yeah, most definitely looking forward to those things. Each area is just so important right now. Um, like I said, I do have confidence in President Joe Biden. Once again, I don't know. I know it's because he had already began to make changes. He has already began to show the American citizens that I hear you, and not only am I hearing you, I'm going to make these changes and make something happen for the good. So we just have to get once we get over, the petty, the childish stuff. I was listening from my credible source. I did see the clip that was played about the MAGA regime, really highlighting, the protesters on the college campus, and, saying what they said about it. And at the end of the day, it goes back to my live I did before this one. My video that I uploaded before this one. The truth is, at the end of the day, once again, there's nothing wrong with protesting and, having a concern. But once again, you know, you have to do it decent and in order, because people that hate you and don't want you to have freedom of speech and don't think what you say matters, they will use it at any time to tear you down. They will use it at any time to, to oppress you in any way. And so you have to move right. You have to do things right. And I just don't take it back. It's unfortunate that the prime minister of Israel, once again, as I said, decided to, wipe out a nation with innocent people. But it's also unfortunate that Hamas was hiding under him and them and started the attack. I mean, and I can only say I understand that, but you can't make us here in America, you know, innocent citizens that have nothing to do with that. And I know some students can be cruel and and pick and throw a rock and hide and then act like they're the innocent one. I get that too. But at the end of the day, you know, it just looks like they were doing the most on some campuses, and that's just what it is. And so it's just not justified at the end of the day. And I agree with my colleague. It's amazing how, the MAGA regime can point things like this out, but when we get to talking about the rioting on January the 6th, when we get to talking about those important things, even with the governor of South Dakota's book, they tried to say something about Fannie Willis's book. The petty stuff. Creativity is what it is. People can use their way of creativity to do what they, to express how they feel, to do what they do. And just like AI, how somebody can use your voice and face recognition, people could ghostwrite for you and you don't even know what they say, and so on and so forth. And so my point and all that is it bothers me how we can understand something unjustified to one side, but you can't understand something that's unjustified on the other side. So if you had a problem with the rioting, if you had a problem with the college students, protesting for Gaza, which I felt like was some of them was just uncalled for and very vile, and they shouldn't have been doing all the things that they were doing to disrupt the other students. But I will say that you can't call that out and then not call out what happened on January the 6th, and then feel like that's justified. How wrong is that? That's very wrong at the end of the day. And it don't have a place. Because if they're wrong, then the rioters on January the 6th was wrong. But you didn't want to say that was wrong. And these are the kind of people that need to get out of office. These are the kind of people that don't need to have judgment over a situation. Because at the end of the day, it will not be justice. It's not pure justice. It's biased judgment. It's judgment that will cause, a nation to fall, or, order to fall, for chaos and confusion in every way. And it just has to be did right. Even if the Democrats were supporting, the students, the people of Gaza on the college campuses, if they would have been supporting that, then my response would still be the same thing. You can't support that and then you think that the rioters in January 6th was wrong. So we just have to do what's right across the board. Again, it's just not about a political party, about one race. Even though some people will love it to be that way, at the end of the day, people are people at the end of the day. And they are people that have rights, and they are people that deserve to stay in a nation with liberty and justice for all at the end of the day. So once again, that's just the way, you know, things should be, for sure. You know, that's just what it is. So, um, that's all I wanted to clear up is that I most definitely found out, what her response was because, people can speculate and have an opinion all day, but what she was talking about, how did she actually feel about the content that she created? You most definitely would have had to ask her before speculation because speculation can be on point, speculation can be off point at the end of the day. What was the truth? And she gave that truth, okay? Even though it wasn't written in her book, okay? And she wasn't a ghostwriter or nothing. She knew exactly every word that she wrote. So I'll leave it there, okay? So once again, I hope all of you have a great week. And I probably will not be tuning back in. But I want you to stay true in all you do. And don't let the wicked reversing it on you. Remember that. All right. Later.